world. It's to tell you the power of internet marketing. And if you spend the time to do this on the internet, how powerful that could be for your business, because people are needing connection right now more than ever. And if you take the time and do the work, you can't fail. You cannot fail, but you've got to take the time and do the work. And so what we're going to show you tonight is how to reach out using Facebook groups, okay? Facebook groups. And the thing I want you to think about is I'm in Facebook groups that I can relate to. So if you are a guy, you're not going to join a group on menopause, right? Weird. You wouldn't do it. but if I mean, who knows, maybe you want to, but no, don't do it. Stick with what you know. So for example, if you own a horse, join some horse groups. If your hobby and thing is wiener dogs, go join some wiener dog groups. I know I have a girl on my team, bless her heart, she loves wiener dogs, and she enrolls out of her wiener dog group. So these groups that we're going to talk about, I recommend that you plant the seed and you start to create your own, but understand that that's going to be a seed that you're planting to produce fruit down the road. But then right out of the gate tonight, we're going to actually go into groups and we're going to help each other. So this is going to be a work in progress. It's going to be a work in progress, meaning we're going to actually reach out individually. So,
hey, Kimberly, before you really get going, can
yes.
I give you a proper introduction just to kind of let everyone know who you are and what you do? So this is Kimberly Pennie. If you're not familiar with Kimberly, Kimberly is absolutely amazing. And she comes from a background of technology, running software companies and implementing that into other people's businesses and basically running everything from behind the scenes. She and I have often argued about doing belly to belly because she just wants to stay behind the computer. So here you go, Kimberly. This is like your heyday. Like, I don't even have to think twice about it. But she's been running a 6-figure income business with Isogenics for the last 3.5 years, all from behind the computer. So everything that we are doing right now, that everybody is in a situation of we have to, she's been doing and doing forever. And so she has a few different ways she does it, but Kimberly is very precise about how she does stuff. She's been in sales. She does talk like a salesperson when she gets someone on the phone because that's what she's trained and what she knows how to do, which is really cool because you'll listen to her call after call after call, and she asks the same exact questions no matter what that person is and why they're calling, because they have to be asked. And so it's just so ingrained in her. So we have a previous call that she did of actually walking people through a call. So if you want that, it's in our group. We can easily send it to you. But everything that people are doing right now from the behind the scenes is how she has built a very successful business. So today is all about the groups, getting people in, because again, that's another area that she does. She's constantly making little groups. So for those of you that are in our God's Got This or the COVID-19, that was Kimberly. Kimberly put that together and then just started inviting. And of course, it gets bigger and bigger depending on people's interest. So that's what she's going to share with you tonight. But I wanted to make sure you guys all understood that this is her background. This is what she's so good at. And when Kimberly tells you to do something, if it makes sense to you, go for it, because she's already figured it all out. And we have, of course, have her as that resource of how do I do it? What do I do after this call as well? So it's just it's a continued thing to connect with people. All right, so go, Kimberly.
Oh, thank you, honey. Yeah, I had an internet marketing company for 20 years, but we specialize mostly in web development and SEO. But then we started to do social media when that came on. But I didn't do it myself. So when I started Isogenics, I had to learn social media like everybody else did, but I wanted to, there's always a way. Look, if we're all really super busy, I don't care, everybody on this call probably is super busy, right? And you've got to make the most out of your time that you're spending. So let's say you only have 2 hours to spend. When I started Isogenics, I had sold my company because I was sick, but I was working for the new owner, and I still had to go into the office all day. But at the same time, I wanted to start my Isogenics business. So I had to figure out what I could do with my time to make the biggest impact, and generate the most leads, because that's what we're doing. We're generating leads. How do you, you have to do lots of attraction marketing. So you're not like pulling people everywhere. It's exhausting. So you have to really think about that. So one of the ways that you can use attraction marketing and getting them to come to you is with Facebook groups, because there's so many people in the groups. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you, and here's what I want you to think, just what Stephanie said. If it's right for you, do it. If it isn't, don't. Go a different avenue. You know, everybody's niche on how they bring people on board to Isogenics is different. And some things resonate with some people and some things don't. And so what I learned early on is to learn from lots of different ISA leaders, absorb everything, and then pick what works for you. But for me, I didn't really have too many people. They talked about, you know, the product page, put them in the product page and what have you, but nobody was really doing a whole lot of lead gen over the internet. They were doing posts on their walls and stuff, but I was posting too, and I really wasn't getting as much action. So hence I started looking for ways. And there's lots of people doing different things over the internet, and you should learn every single one of them. And then pick the one that you're like, okay, I got this. So the first thing I want to do, I'm going to show you my phone, is you go to a group. Now, I have groups that I have no plan on ever, like I have a group, God's Got This, Steph's in there. And all we're doing is supporting and loving people. It's not a group, it's a public group, but it's never a group I would mine for leads, if you will. It's more for love, support, community, meeting new people. So each group has its own purpose. The COVID group, that's for support, information, keep us all sane, that kind of group. But I have a group that I have started. I started this a couple of years ago. It takes a while to get a group going if you start your own group, but you need to plant the seed and plant it today, because it can be huge if you want it to be. So here is what I'm going to show you. This is my Hashimoto's group. And if you see, I have 95 member requests for today that I have to process, okay? My Hashimoto's group, only people who have Hashimoto's go in there. I don't put my Isogenics team in there. It's just me and people with Hashimoto's. And what I'm posting in here is information on Hashimoto's, what it is, what you can do about it, different things, whether it's related or, you know, it's generally not, my postings are not related to Isogenics. I'm educating and I'm talking to other people. I even have some naturopath doctors in here. But if you look now, what's happened is I've got members posting. The members are doing all the work, and people are loving, and people are commenting, and the group's growing. And because Facebook is now advertising my group because of all the activity. So people ask, it's not necessarily the largest amount of people in the group, the higher your listing being shown, your group being shown on Facebook. What it's about is the most activity, the most comments, the most posts, the most activity. If it sees lots of activity, it's going to start advertising your group, right? So the question is, what's a group topic? Today we're doing work together every day, and from 12 to noon, no, from 12 to 2. And today everybody created a group, and everybody has their niche. So we had Diana, she is a nurse. So she's creating a group of 4 nurses supporting nurses, because that's her niche, right? If she were to create just a support group, it's going to be very hard to get going, because people want to join groups that are niche, that are targeted to them. So if I was a nurse, I want to join her group. Renee has a great group that she had started, very niche on health and wellness. She has a very niche topic on that. Michelle Turner, I don't know, Michelle, did you start a group on horses? I think she started a group on horses. She loves horses.
No, I was helping. Actually, I was helping. I have a list of 5 things I'm trying to narrow down and focus in on which would be the best one for me to emphasize.
Okay, cool. But it's 5 things you know, and 5 things that you'd be good at. So don't, Michelle, pick the one that you know the most about, right? Pick something that you know. Do what you know. You know who says that all the time is Tony Robbins. Do what you know. Do what you know, right? Like I could do an internet marketing group and talk about search engine optimization. I don't know, maybe I'll do one. I don't know, but my hands are full with my Hashimoto's group. So don't just start with one group if you're going to do this, because remember, to start it out, you want to post 2 or 3 times a day in your group. Then you're going to go out to the groups, which we're all going to go out to some groups right now on our phone. Okay. So if you do want to create a group, let me just briefly go through that. So you go to Facebook and you click the 3 little lines in the corner in the lower right. You click groups, okay, and you will see a button there that says create, and you click create. Now you can enter the name of your group. You want it to be something trendy, something very specific. So nurses for nurses, or mine's Hashimoto's support group. You need to say, the title needs to say a niche and exactly what it is, right?
Could I say parent of a gluten-free child?
Yeah.
Was that too long, too wordy?
No, parents for gluten-free living, or you could even say something like
gluten-free family.
Yeah.
Okay.
How to be a gluten-free family. Because then a mom whose kid has celiacs or is gluten intolerant is going to end up gravitating to your group, because they know they're going to get information on helping their kid who needs to be gluten-free.
Ooh, I like Diana, raising a gluten-free family.
Yeah, I like that too.
Okay, awesome.
So there you go. Now, when you go to add your cover photo, guys, there's a program called Canva. I love Canva. Okay, I'll show you what it is. It's an app. Right there, you see Canva, the little blue C. It's so easy, even a blonde cave woman could do it. Okay, so here you go, and you can scroll all the way and look what it says. You can do all these different size ads. Well, they have one that says, it says Facebook cover right there. So if you choose Facebook cover, then it gives you covers that you just pick one and you can click on it. Look how easy it is. Let's say I'm gonna do this one with the two ladies. So I'm gonna pick that one. Now I wanna change out that picture for a picture on my phone. All I did is click it. And you click the picture you want there, and you click the picture you want there, and then you click on the text and you retype the text, and now you've got a perfect Facebook cover for your new group. Very easy, okay? So use tools because it'll make your group look really professional and wonderful. So that's how you do a cover photo. But and then you add your description. Now I recommend that you do your Facebook group private. You want it private, but remember, you want it visible. So it'll ask you options to hide group or have it visible. You want to have it visible. What that means is Facebook will advertise it. People will see your group. They're not going to be able to see who's in it or the posts because you want to have some group privacy so people feel comfortable posting, right? Plus, that way you can control who comes into your group. I recommend a nice description, but what you also want to do is there is an area in here it'll tell you you can add member questions. So you want to have the person who's thinking about coming into your group, who's asking to join because they found it on Facebook, you want to ask them some questions. So for example, my Hashimoto's group, I ask, do you have Hashimoto's? How long have you had Hashimoto's? And my third question is, guess what? Are you interested in losing weight or learning how to control some of your symptoms? Well, right there, I'm pre-qualifying them that for an engagement chat because I already know, hey, they're interested in losing weight. Guess what? There's your lead. How beautiful is that? They're gonna come to you. So right now, sitting here, you know what I'm gonna be doing all night long is I've got to contact all of those 95 member requests. And what I do is I go in there, okay, I click on member requests and look at this, the first one, Nicole, she says she has Hashimoto's, she's had it 10 years, and yes, she wants to lose weight. Look at that. That's a lead, right? We have the best weight loss system in the world. It helps people lose weight, but they get healthier, right? So what I do is I click on her name and I check out her profile because I don't want any other shake people coming in my group. And she looks okay, so then I send her a message. And my message I have saved in text replacements. So if you don't know how to do text replacements, you need to learn. But all I do is press SG spacebar, and I send her a huge paragraph, just like that. That's already pre-written. I just do an acronym in the spacebar, which is a feature on your phone, which we can show at the end if you need help with that. But so mine says, hi, hun, I'm the admin of the Hashimoto's support group. I just approved you. Welcome. It's a great group and you will get a lot from it. I personally help coach people with Hashimoto's back to their best selves to feel better and lose any excess weight they might be struggling with. You had mentioned you were interested in losing weight on our group questions. So I remind them that they are the ones who said they're interested. Please either send me a friend request or accept mine, and I will also add you to my other nutrition group for better health and weight loss. Please let me know if you have any questions or if I can assist you with your journey. And again, welcome. So I reached out. Now I wait for them to respond back to me. If for whatever, when they respond back to me, I put them in my team product page. Okay. The goal is to use this group, not as your product page. You don't want to recreate a product page. There's nothing more powerful than a product page with a bunch of your team members loving and coaching. And by the way, if you are in a product page and you are not posting in there daily and commenting on the top 10 posts, what I do every morning, I go into my product page, I comment on the top 10 posts, and I do a post myself. Because doing that, when you comment under somebody else's post and you post yourself, your leads that you put in that group get notified. And if you don't do that, guess what? You're not going to close anybody, because you got to keep pulling them back into the group and inviting them back into the group and tagging them back into the group. That group is your storefront, even though you share it with your team. So I see so many people and they're not posting in their team product pages. And guess what? That's why you're not enrolling. So listen. See what the people on your team that are enrolling, watch what they are doing and do it. So you definitely want to do it, right? You put them in there. Now, if she doesn't respond to me, I will send her another message. And, sometimes it does take 7 to 15 times to follow up with someone before they respond. One of my biggest builders, it was the 7th time that I reached out to her that she even acknowledged me. And I saw on stage at Isogenics once, I can't remember who the massive builder was, like it was someone that was just blowing it up, millions of dollars a year. The person reached out to them 30 times. And finally that person said, okay, tell me what your opportunity is. So, and don't take it personally if they don't respond. It does not mean they're not interested. They're busy. You're not the most important person to them. But if you get in front of them enough time, they will make you the most important person. So I keep sending them information until they respond and all of that. So that's how I'm using the group, my group, to generate leads and use as a springboard. But I work that group too, and I love on people in there, and I educate them on Hashimoto's. And then maybe once a week, maybe even once a month, depends, I will make a mention, a very soft mention of that I'm on this great nutritional cleanse and detox that's really helped me with my Hashimoto's symptoms. So that is how you use your own group. And remember, don't get frustrated if they haven't advertised it yet. As long as you keep posting in your own group and you keep inviting and putting people in, you keep up posting in that group. It's the longevity and the consistency of you posting in there, whether there's anybody in there or not, that will tell Facebook to start advertising your group. Okay. So that's what I want to tell you about your own group. Now, should I look at the,
yeah. I'm keeping track of the comments,
questions?
which are mainly mine, of ideas, but can you share how many people, if you haven't already, how many people you have in your Hashimoto's?
I have like 1,300 people.
And when did
Not
you start
a lot.
that? That's a lot.
And it's taken a long time. It's taken a while to get that, but now it's going like this, and now it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, right?
We have 95 requests.
And 95 requests. Yeah, because I've been really active, but more importantly, my people in there are active. It doesn't matter the number of people in the group. What matters is the activity in the group. That's what they look at. So don't be, yeah, so you only have 100 or 200 or 300. It'll grow. I watched a group grow from 95,000 to 500,000 by activity of its members. So you not just post yourself, but you get in there and you create a community and you love on people. You start conversations. You get them out of their shells and get them feeling comfortable to participate in the community. And if you make it a community and everyone gets to know each other and their friends, then it always goes like this. And these people will generate these people, right? So that's the concept. Was there any more?
Yeah, and I apologize if I'm asking you questions that you already stated, but
Oh.
what's the purpose of having your group?
My Hashimoto's group?
Yeah.
It was to help people with Hashimoto's, because I have Hashimoto's, and it's an autoimmune disease that eats away and attacks your thyroid gland. And when your thyroid gland's off, it's sick, it causes heart disease, like it's a disaster, right? But there's simple fixes. And I was getting frustrated because, for one, none of my doctors told me that if you have autoimmune, you need to go gluten-free. Absolutely causes system-wide inflammation. And I found myself talking to all these autoimmune people all day long, trying to tell them what worked for me. Of course, everybody's different, but I would take these people off of gluten and they go, oh my God, I feel so much better. And I go, I know. Well, you know what else I do, right? And I thought, well, wait a minute. I should just put them all in a group, because then if I'm helping them, explain them, and sharing articles from other countries, you know, and really talking about it, I can help more people. And then I thought, oh, well, you know what? Isagenix, really seriously, from the heart, I feel like they saved my life. Why wouldn't I share? So I'm sharing that too. Like, I share what's from the heart. I'm not thinking I'm selling people, because I don't sell people. I think of myself as an educator, and it's up to the person to decide, right? I go in, when I talk to someone, I don't care if they enroll or not. My job is to educate them so they can make a decision. People don't want to be sold, and most salespeople, they don't sell anything, right? Now, I don't, you know, so I did it because I have it and I'm passionate about it. So you want to pick something you're passionate about, because you're going to be really good at pouring into people in that group, because it's something you believe in and you're passionate about.
Kimberly, Jackie wants to know where you get the information that you post.
Well, some of it I know, and some of it I get from, say, naturopaths that I know are really, really good at treating Hashimoto's. I mean, look, Google is the biggest library in the world, but you want to make sure that you're getting your information from valid sources. So I have a few locations and people that I trust that know Hashimoto's. And that have written books on Hashimoto's and stuff, or their doctors, and I will research their stuff online and go and grab some data and post it. And I don't, you know, I post it whatever their post was. Hey, this is from Isabella Wentz. She wrote a book, The Root Cause. Here's what she's saying about what you need to be doing every day. Something like that. So you use Google. Google's the biggest library in the world. You can learn about anything. Like, if you don't know how to do something, you go to YouTube and go, how do I run an electric drill? Right? And they'll tell you how to run an electric drill. So you don't have to be the all-encompassing expert right away. But if you have a group, you're going to learn. Like, I've just posting in my group on Hashimoto's, I've learned so much about Hashimoto's that I can help more people. And if it's a horse group, man, you're going to learn a lot about horses, because you're researching and putting up stuff on horses. So
What about a disclaimer?
a disclaimer for what?
Like, you're you know, you're not a professional, a health professional, or, you know, just like we have to do with our products, we have to be careful what we say.
I don't claim to be a doctor or any professional whatsoever. All I do is talk to them about my illness and what has worked for me, and offer food advice or vitamin and mineral advice from doctors that I'm posting from doctors in the group. So I'm not claiming to be the doctor. I do posts from actual doctors in the group. So I don't have a disclaimer. And I'm not claiming, I never would claim Isagenix heals, treats, or prevents anything. So I don't really need a disclaimer in that group. I mean, and you've got most of what it is. I'll tell you how our group goes. Somebody has started on their thyroid medication and they're finding this, this, and this, and they want to know, has anyone else experienced this? And then all these people come on and they go, oh my God, when I switched to Levo and went to Armor, I had the same thing. And they relate and they're talking to each other, but they know, everybody knows nobody's, we have some doctors in the group that will help and talk to people. But mostly it's just people to people, Does that help?
Yeah, absolutely. It was just a thought,
Yeah. No, if I was going in there and saying I'm Dr. Kimberly Pennie, I mean, you can't do that. That's really bad. So yeah, but you just, you be smart, and give credit when you're citing, if you cite somebody's, like I will share a doctor's post in my group, for example. So it'll have their name and it's their post. So anything else? Any more questions, Steph, or should I jump into going to groups now?
There's no more in the chat.
Okay.
So if anyone has some specific questions, has everyone picked a group? That's something that you're going to start. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking. Does anyone need some ideas?
Shy.
Cool, Jackie, vegan group. Jackie, that will be big.
Vegan.
Huge, huge, huge. So vegan, vegetarian, dairy-free, plant-based, right? All of that. You can get Dr. Plant to do a little video in there anytime. He's got so many. He's got a ton on Instagram. If you're not following him, I don't know if he puts them in YouTube or not, but he does a ton of stuff in Instagram. That's awesome. That will be huge, huge.
Anyway, tomorrow, I'm going to be starting to make masks. I finally have my sewing machine up and all ready to go.
Tabitha, first of all, love you. Thank you for that. And all that you're doing. But I think that would actually be a great group all by itself. Because you have all these people staying at home right now, getting sewing machines or getting them out. I know my mom and Linda's mom and you and a couple other people are all starting to make masks. So if you form a group about that and everybody can show their patterns and the different things that they make, that they're very proud that they're doing that.
No.
Maybe like sewing for hope. So that after this, you just want to make sure after this event that it continues, so that it's not like you go through all this trouble, create the group, and it's a big explosion, and then what? You can take that further and maybe have a group where they sew little kids' clothes for homeless orphans or something, right? So you keep that whole. But I love that idea, Steph. It's like, yeah, sewing for hope, and you create clothes and masks and all that good stuff.
Yeah, because I don't think this is gonna go away. I mean, they say that it's gonna come back, so we'll be better prepared.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
So that's awesome. And we can come up with all kinds of suggestions, because my mom does a lot of volunteering and she's always sewing something, blankets, backpacks, whatever. So, okay, Damon put one in there. Thinking about something with teaching in the area of industrial arts or technology education. Damon, are you able, because I know this is huge right now, there's a lot of teachers working from home, doing live videos. Can you do that with your skills?
It's been hard, but yeah, I've been doing that. Yeah, I've been sending videos to kids and having them work. So yeah, I can definitely do that.
Yeah, so maybe a group or you know, anyone, and Kimberly and Diana are on top of this, so we'll have them get on it. But you know, teachers in the area, just maybe teachers in the area, maybe just do a teachers group for your hometown.
You could do a trendy name like TART. So technology, education, and industrial arts, and call it TARTS, you know, so that a brand. I'm thinking of a brand now. But it's kind of fun and funny, and they'll remember and start. You could end up having the largest Facebook group in that category, you know, but you got to start it. You start it, and then you pour what you know. And then you think like, if you were looking for a group, what would you want to join and what information would you like to see, and put yourself in the place of the person looking, and you'll hit it every time, because you're thinking like the customer and not you, right? I love that.
Right.
All right, Michelle wrote in PKD support group. I had PKD, and she went on dialysis. Diet was crucial, which we also have Craig Collins in the same situation. Since have had a double transplant kidney and liver. Wow, you have gone through an entire experience, Michelle. I know Craig would probably be very interested in speaking with you. That's awesome. Look at you go.
I think PKD would be huge, because so many people need help, and she's an expert because she's been through it, and you can help so many people health-wise.
Yeah.
So, see, they got it going on. They got it.
I know. All right, cool. Any other groups or ideas that if you want help, like Kathleen, you already have the juicing figured out. So a juicing group would be huge, and you're already posting about it. You already have all your files and recipes and pictures. So you could go bam, 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 bam. Oh, you're muted, Ann.
I've actually gotten a lot of followers and friend requests from just juicing alone. So
yeah, so
really
maybe
cool.
Put them all together, bring them all into one place so that they can share ideas. You're not doing all the work, and now you have potential customers.
Yes, and I'm actually trying to, well, I follow Joe the Juicer, and I'm trying to do my posts similar to what he does. And he's got, I don't know, 100 and some thousand people that follow him, if not more, probably millions. I don't know. He's a celebrity now, but he started his journey juicing, and look at him now. So he's worth millions. So
go for it, girl.
And so I want to be the girl version of Joe the Juicer.
Good, go.
And it's funny because he actually just started a business with protein shakes, because he's realized that you can't just live on juice, that you need protein too. So he's got his own protein. So, and I have my own protein with isogenic, so it's perfect. So I really like it. So yeah. So
you gotta come up with a fun name, like a trendy name for your brand. Like,
well, if you have any suggestions.
Yeah, I'll think about it. It takes me a little bit.
Because you're really good at it.
you need a fun, trendy name that people think of. Like there was when I had my tech company, there was a gal who was in SEO and tech stuff, and they called her Commando Kim.
Oh, that's cool.
Right? Commando Kim. So you got to think of a name, like something that a brand, and you brand yourself with this group. And not only can you make revenue from isogenics, but you may be able to make revenue from other things too. You know what I mean? To where it's like you're thinking more entrepreneurial, and you've got this group that you can branch out from. You know?
Well, I've been watching him, and because he juices, he promotes juicing. Now he just started the protein company this year in January. So he's got 2 names. It's Joe the Juicer, he goes by, and then now that he's part of the protein company, he has Reboot with Joe. So, and that's where he focuses on the protein shakes. So, so he has 2 names, but I do know, because he talks about it, I know he does get royalties from Nama the Juicer and Breville, because he advertises them, and he gives like, because he talks about it, he gives out like promotion codes. And if you click on the link, and he says that he gets a commission from every sale. So,
and see,
but I've sold 5 people at 5 of my friends have bought a Nama juicer because of me. And I'm like, I should be getting commission on that.
Oh.
Like 5 of my friends have bought a Nama juicer because I've inspired them to juice. So yeah. But does that conflict with Isogenics?
To sell a juicer? No, because they need something. I mean, you're mixing it with Isogenics, and you can pull in all the nutritional products when you're doing it. But think of a name that rhymes with Kim that's catchy.
You mean Kathleen?
Kathleen, I mean, yeah, yeah. Call it after me. Think of something that rhymes with Kathleen.
How many things really rhyme with Kathleen? Not many.
I don't know. Let me think about it.
Okay. But yeah, I've definitely have gotten a lot of followers since I've started juicing, and I've got I get messages all the time, thanking me for what I'm doing.
That's so cool. See, a juicing group is like perfect for you because you're an expert already. Like, you're not trying to, for me, when I started thinking about Isogenics, I was like, God, I don't know. I'm not a nutrition expert.
Yeah, neither am I, but I know I've read enough.
I'm not a fitness person. What am I gonna do? Like, how do I find my way? And then I realized my way isn't the highway. My way is this little road over here, and stick to what I know. And you stick to what you know, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm the same way, because I'm not a huge fitness person either. And I was like, in my mind, I'm thinking that I had to be, but you really don't have to be. Just find something that you're passionate about and share it with Isogenics. So.
There you go.
Yeah. So good. And do we have time? You guys want to go into some groups right now and do some posts?
Ooh, I like Juicy KS Road to Healthy. It's cute.
Say what?
Someone posted, Diana, Juicy KS Road to Healthy.
Juicy KS?
What does the S stand for? KS.
That was plural. Juicy K's.
Oh,
Juicy K's.
Oh, okay. Juicy K's.
Juicy K. Juicy K is cute.
I like that.
Hey, it's Juicy. Hey, it's Juicy K. And then you start out every live in your group that way.
And she's like seriously like the smiliest person ever. It's like she smiles sunshine.
Well, it's funny because before I moved out here, my license plate on my car used to always say "Smiles to You," and I want it back. So I'm gonna go and get my license plate back for Arizona. So
I love that. Is that from you, Diana? That's so cute.
Yeah, I can come up with. So I can like come up with the names for everybody else, but I'm still kind of like tossing around the ideas for myself, just because, and here's why. I think I might just be getting in my own way, because nurses, by and large, are super critical of a lot of things, especially ER nurses. Like ask somebody to feel sorry for you because you're sick or not feeling well in the ER. It's not happening. Like we're supposed to be compassionate, but we're not towards each other. So yeah, it's kind of I know it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. But like me with all of my health limitations, you would think people would be a little bit compassionate with me. Nope, they threw me right in the respiratory area the other night.
Yeah. That's terrible.
But I'm getting a note. I have a note from my doctor.
Oh, good.
Saying I can't do that anymore.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, you'll think of something. Just sit on it.
It'll come to me like
It'll
the light bulb.
come. It'll come. Just keep thinking and make it, the name has to be descriptive of what the group's about. Like, Juicy K, Road to Healthy, or Juicy K, Juice and Madness, or whatever. Like, it needs to, so they know that the group's on juicing, and that'll be huge. And then it'll explode. I guarantee you, if you start the group and start working it and start posting some juicing recipes and talking about why you can't just juice and you got to have protein, and the fact that our fruits and vegetables don't have as much nutrition, and that we have to supplement for our health, and you tie all this in, and it'll all come out natural, like you're not selling, that you're sharing. But watch, like I experimented where I did a heavily on posting. I started posting transformations in my Hashi group. People stopped posting, and I go, oh no, I've hurt my group. So I backed off, stopped posting anything on ISA. Now they're back to rocking. And then I figured out the best way is through those questions to market to them. That's the best way, because you ask them if they're interested, you communicate with them. But let's do this. Let's go we're each going to do one group posting before we leave for the night, okay? So I want you to go to your Facebook, and I want you to go to one of your groups. And it could be a group you're already in. And if you're not in any groups, I want you to find a group that's like the one you want to start, so that you can start to see what somebody else is doing who's running a successful group, as well as you can make connections in there and also invite those people to your group, so that you can start propagating your group with people. And don't be afraid to ask your friends in. And a great way, in fact, Renee and I were doing this, where she's fairly new to isogenics, and what she's doing, because she doesn't want to feel weird with her friends, is, hey, I'm starting with this health and wellness company. Would you mind just listening to a presentation and allowing me to have some practice? And so we're doing that, and people are enrolling. But you can do it like a little bit to the side, but you can ask your friends, hey, would you mind going into my juicing group? I need some people in there so I can get it started. And I'm going to be posting some great stuff on health. Would you mind? And they'll be like, oh my God, sure, no problem. And there you go. Now you're getting your Facebook friends in there that you can start sharing juicing education and our products to. And then see, once they're interested, if they're interested in the nutritional supplements or the shakes, you can go, you know what? Why don't I stick you into my nutrition page that really hones in and talks about our products, and then add them in there too, so they start seeing those before and afters. But if it's a juicing group, it's totally natural. If hey, this guy juiced, this guy's doing shakes, check him out. Look at these juicing transformations, but you got to make sure they're juicing too, kind of thing. But anyway, so let's go into a group and do a post. And then tell me what group you're going into and give us an idea of what you're going to post. I'm going to, let me see what I'm going to do here. Okay, I'm going to go into autoimmune help. There's a group. Oh, no, wait, that's not it. Let me go find another group. How about thriving thyroid warriors? So they're Hashimoto's people. Okay, so I'm going to go into this group. Let's see. Message and admin before you report stuff. Thanks much. Ooh, lots of Corona stuff. Which I don't know. I don't know why, because it's not specific to Hashi's. Okay, here's a girl, Brooke, who posted in the group. So sometimes I'll post a post in the group, but I don't do it right out of the gate. So I haven't been in this group a while, so I'm probably not going to do a big main post. And when you do, you have to be creative. If you go in there and sound like you're selling something, you'll get kicked right out. So you have to really watch what you do. So I generally like to comment more than I post. So this lady's talking about her anxiety, insomnia. She was hypothyroid and now she's flipped to hyperthyroid, which happens to Hashimoto's people, where one day you're hypo, the next day you're hyper. And so I'm just reading some of the other, so I read her post in its entirety. And then I go and I start reading some of the other comments, and it'll give you the vibe of the post, so that you know how you'll be received and you know how to post, because you want to stick with the tone of the post. So there's lots of people, same thing happened to them. Okay, so what I'm going to say is my Hashimoto's was very unpredictable and erratic. Until I got a hold of my diet. Food can be medicine or it can be poison. And then I'm going to say how I gave up gluten, stopped having so much sugar every day. I don't eat as much sugar, so I lowered my sugar. So I give other advice besides just what it is, because if I just said, oh, I take these most incredible vitamins, well, then you flat out look like you're selling, and you can't look like you're selling. So you've got to give more value. So think about when you go into these groups, you've got to give value. And not every time I comment, I'm even thinking about generating leads, right? Sometimes I'm just loving and having people get to know me in the group. I lowered my sugar intake and got off of gluten. In addition, supplementation. Following following a set protocol I have. See, you want to, I'm setting it up like I have something specific that I'm doing that's worked for me, but I'm not going to tell them what it is. So in addition, supplementation following a set of okay, in addition, supplementation, comma, following a set of vitamins,
While she's doing that, Galen just did one. Oh, she joined it. Okay, excuse me. She didn't make this. 82,644 members, and it's Jump Around Wisconsin. Our mission is to keep a positive attitude and spirit during this difficult time through celebrating our love for all things Wisconsin while maintaining proper social distancing. Be sure to tune in to Jump Around Wisconsin Radio to jump together as one Wisconsin. And I got a lot of friends, let's see, hold on, that are admins. So I'm curious to see, are they all from Wisconsin? All right. They're not friends, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. 149 new posts today, created 1 week ago. So,
wow.
you know, yeah, huge, right? After this is over, then of course, you know, it's all about what people love about Wisconsin. So right now it's focused on Wisconsin and what's going on, a little bit of how do we do this with social distancing, and then once it's over, bam, you're just back to normal life.
I love it. I
Yeah.
mean, you can do a city group, you can do a specific city page, looking for friends in Cave Creek, and the group is looking for friends in Cave Creek, and then everybody who wants to meet new people goes into the group.
Right.
You
know? Casey, okay, so she must have just started it. She was on with you. So Casey Joe started hers this afternoon because of Kimberly, and it's Children Against the Food Stigma. And right now she has 5 members. And in this group, the discussion will be on how to introduce caregivers on tips and tools to support a child's healthy life choices nutritionally. I will post easy recipes and ideas. I will give you support to what nutritional foods are good or bad for the child's body, mental, social, and physically. I'm just looking to see who's all invited me to groups today. I always see a ton, and as the admin, you don't really have to be too involved because people are just going to take off. But like here's Scottsdale Real Estate and Interiors, or there's Gilbert Buy and Sell, or Actio Buy and Sell. Those are just huge, huge groups that just happen all on their own. I have a girlfriend who started Just Another Mama Next Door. Let me get in it so I can actually be a part of it. Here we go. 3,632 members, and it started off as a neighborhood. And I think she started it 2 years ago. She has an app, or at least she was going to have an app and everything. And it's just moms talking to each other about their stuff. But you got to be prepared if you go that direction, because the moms are talking about their stuff. They're very, very honest in this group. But I've gone in there a couple times and friended people and had conversation. I brought a decent amount into our product page, and I'll put a little something. Sometimes she takes my stuff out, but I'll put a little something in there every once in a while, you know, to offer an opportunity to help people. I think I did one of recently of I need some at-home exercises, and I had a slew of people. But what that did for me is that gave me a slew of people to connect with who are caring about their health and fitness. So you think about your questions, right? I think I did one of anyone having trouble sleeping. Because what moms are having trouble sleeping, right? It's only moms, so that's why I'm talking moms. But, you know, you can ask specific questions without hoarding the group and being kicked out. And she's a friend of mine, so she'll, you know, she's warned me in the past, hey, don't allow that. I don't accept that. Don't do that again. But, you know, what I learned. And then I go a different direction of, you know, maybe tomorrow I'll do one of, anyone else gaining weight while being home? I've never eaten this much food with all my kids home all day. And I'll see all the moms come in and post about their weight that they're gaining and how they don't want to gain that. So now I can't pounce on them like Kimberly talked about. I got to be sly and coy and make a little friendship and then do some private messages and take my time, because if I do get reported, Melissa will kick me out.
You know what? You just gave me an idea. What if you went in there and you said, is anyone else overeating? Oh my gosh, I am a stress eater and I'm usually really good, but I've been eating so much. And then as they all post, you could private message each one and go, oh my God, you too, huh? Hey, you know what? I started this nutrition group. I don't know if you're interested, but we're all getting together to try and get control of this stress eating. Maybe you could get like every single one who responds to your post, Steph, to go in your product page.
That's huge. That's good. That's really good.
Anybody could do that same post in the group that they're in if it warrant, you know, if it makes sense.
Yeah, because she's let me get away with certain posts, and she knows that what we do. And so, yeah, that would be really good. Hey, you know, I've got a bunch of other parents who are stress eating right now, and we're just talking about how to fix it. In fact, we're doing an event tomorrow night if you want to come.
Yeah.
I need to do that now.
Yeah, go do it. Here, I'll read my Hashimoto's post. And I'm reading it because how gentle, this is how gentle I touch. This is how gentle I am with posting in groups if they're not my own. I put my Hashi's was very unpredictable and erratic until I got a hold of my diet. Food can be medicine or it can be poison. I lowered my sugar intake. I got off of gluten. In addition, supplementation following a set of vitamin, minerals, adaptogens, and antioxidants like glutathione, which is the strongest antioxidant there is, and it helps to lower our thyroid antibodies. Now I stay consistent and very low on my Armour thyroid to control my Hashimoto's. So I mention it, but then I don't go into it, and it'll either get ignored, or somebody will go, hey, would you mind sharing your list of vitamins and minerals and stuff that you're taking, which is usually what happens. And then I go, absolutely. I go, but you know what? Let me stick you in our group, because we talk all about it in there and you can learn so much. And they go, oh my God, thank you. And then you just say, you know, send me a friend request, because it's a private group. It's like our private support page, and we don't let anybody in. You have to be like my friend. And then they're like, oh my gosh, okay. Right? They think that, you know, they're like, oh, I'm so honored. Thank you for letting me in. Well, you're so welcome. Right? Posturing. Posturing.
Hey guys, it's 7:12. Can we all give Kimberly a huge thank you and some love for what she shared today, because it is absolutely huge, and she has built her six-figure income by doing this stuff. So by staying at home and doing the groups and posting in groups, and she's heavily, you know, seen and visible, and people have that trust, like they know her and respect for her. And that's how she enrolls like crazy. So thank you, Kimberly.
Welcome.
Awesome stuff.
So
Let's continue to let each other know about what you're doing and how your group is, and take a snapshot of it, send it in, and you know, and just have fun with it, because it's yours. right? So have some fun. Before we end and continue to do this tonight, if you haven't done your group, at least just start it. Get the name, get a picture, and maybe a description. Just start it, right? Do something before you end tonight. Tomorrow night, we have our big group, our Tribe Time Thursday event, and we're focused on healthy families. So if you don't have an invite, let me know, because we have a flyer and an invite and all kinds of stuff going on. We have 3 moms. One, Kelly D, a lot of you know Kelly. And so one is a single mom of 2. One is a mom, work from home mom of 4, athlete. And another one is a mom of 5. And they're going to come in and share what they love about Isagenix, how they share it with their family, what it's done for their family. And then each one of them has a part. Like one will talk about the company, one will talk about the nutrition, and one talks about the income. But they're weaving it into their stories. So you can invite people. And I've been inviting moms, hey, if you just want to smile or laugh or know that you're not alone, come and learn about, you know, just be a part of this community. We do talk about our nutrition, and we're going to talk about how to help our families stay healthy. You don't want to blindside anyone ever. But just to let you know, we're not going to have like a business PowerPoint. It's weaved into their stories, and they will cover all of the 3 different aspects. And all 3 of them are making money with Isagenix. All 3 of them do it as a business. And all 3 of them are funny and beautiful, and they have tricks on how to keep a healthy family. So just spend some time inviting, do a post if you can, somehow in one of those groups to get people to respond and invite them. Next Thursday, we're gonna have mental health care workers. And I've got one girl, Kimberly, you and I started to work with her, Cindy Hochart. She's been a part of Isagenix for years. She's already worked with someone in Tribe Time, and for first day working with her, I got a response of, I have never had this much hope. Just 30 minutes with her, and I already have changed the way that I think about things. And I've been hearing from this girl like every single day recently. So that's huge, huge. And then we might bring on 1 to 2 other professionals that either believe in Isagenix or have used it or are using it. And then we'll do that same thing. How can we help people mentally right now and keep them on track, but also introduce our nutrition as our income opportunity to them through information from a mental health worker.
Now, when is that one going to be?
That was next Thursday.
So that's the 16th?
Yes.
So it's going to be mental health.
5:30 to 6:15. We want to do half an hour, but if not, we allow that 45 minutes. But guys, if you just want to,
Standard Time.
Yeah, Arizona time.
And then whose Zoom is that one? Do you know?
So Trisha has a Zoom with up to 500 people.
Okay, do you know her Zoom number?
I do. And it will be on our invite.
Okay.
So hold on. I got it.
Writing it in my calendar so I don't forget.
Yeah, no, all good. Calendar. Hold on, where'd you go? I've been doing this like every day. Events. So let me know if you don't have the invite, but the Zoom number. Oh, I don't have it in there. Uh-oh. I gotta put it in there.
Do you have an old one?
Yeah, it'll be on my athletic one. Well, that's good to know. I'm glad you asked about that. It's on our flyer. It's on our flyer too. Now let me just pull up the flyer. Make it easy. 834-484-366.
Okay, let me just repeat. 834-484-366.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure that's in there. So there's gonna be something every single Thursday.
And you don't want to be late for that one because you won't be able to get on.
Well, the first time We
Yeah,
had
I
a,
could. Yeah, there
here,
was a
I'll
problem
stop
last week.
recording.